Welcome to the Workouts for Older Men podcast. I'm Skip LaCour. This podcast is for men who are a little bit older, who have busy, productive lives, real responsibilities, and people depending on them, but who still want to be strong, fit, energetic, and confident for the rest of their lives. If you're here, chances are you don't need more hype. You need perspective. You need proven strategies, and you need a way to cut through all the fitness rigmarole and do what actually works at this stage of life. Today, we're going to talk about something every man who trains eventually faces: how to get back in the gym after a layoff. Whether you took time off on purpose to recover or life simply got in the way. This episode is going to help you reset physically, mentally, and emotionally without beating yourself up or doing something stupid that sets you back even further. Let's get into it. If you've trained consistently for years, chances are you've also stepped away from the gym more than once. Sometimes the layoff is intentional. You knew your body needed a break. Your intensity was fading. Little aches and nagging injuries were piling up. You did the smart thing and backed off to recover. Other times the break wasn't planned at all. Life got busy, work demanded more, family needed you. You took a couple days off to catch up, and suddenly it turned into a week, then two, then longer. And now you're standing on the outside looking back in, knowing you should return but feeling stiff, uncoordinated, and mentally resistant. I know exactly how that feels. Even at 63 years old, with decades of training behind me and fitness being a major part of my life, I still go through this cycle. Now, the physical part is real, but the mental and emotional part is what usually stops men from getting back in. Let's talk about how to do this the right way. First, understand why layoffs happen and why they're not a failure. If you're a driven man with real responsibilities, training doesn't exist in a vacuum. You lead. People depend on you. You carry pressure most men never talk about. So when training intensity quietly slips from a true 9 or 10 down to a 6 or 7, that's often a sign not of weakness, but of fatigue, mental, physical, or emotional. Sometimes the smartest move is stepping away long enough to reset. The mistake isn't taking time off. The mistake is expecting to come back at the same level immediately, or worse, deciding it's not worth it because it feels uncomfortable. The real problem: expectations, not motivation. Most men don't struggle because they're lazy. They struggle because they expect too much too soon. You remember how strong you were, how coordinated you felt, how confident you moved under the bar. Then you walk back into the gym after a layoff and your body doesn't cooperate. Everything feels off. Weights feel heavier than they should. Your timing is sloppy. Your confidence takes a hit. That discomfort is normal, but it's also where men either quit again or rebuild intelligently. The 3-week reset strategy. That works. When I come back after a layoff, I don't expect peak performance. I give myself permission to rebuild on purpose. Week 1, rebuild the pattern. This week is not about intensity. It's about structure. You show up. You go at your scheduled time. You follow a plan, not your feelings. Whether the workout feels like a 3 out of 10 or a 7 out of 10 doesn't matter. Showing up does. This week is about restoring the habit, packing your bag, driving to the gym, moving with intention, leaving knowing you kept the promise. That alone rebuilds momentum. Week 2, raise the standard slightly. Now your body starts remembering. Movements feel smoother. Confidence begins to return. You're no longer just surviving the session. This is when you gently increase effort, not recklessly, not emotionally, but deliberately. Still no ego lifting, still no chasing numbers, just better execution and slightly higher expectations. Week 3, re-engage with confidence. By the 3rd week, most men feel like themselves again. Strength rebounds faster than expected. Coordination improves. The gym feels like home again. This is where you earn the right to push, but only because you respected the process. Use the layoff to your advantage. A return phase is the perfect time to focus on form and execution. Feel the muscle instead of chasing weight. Clean up technique you rushed in the past. Rebuild confidence without injury risk. Lighter weights done well beat. Heavy weights done poorly, especially when you're rebuilding. The mental anchor that keeps you going. There will still be days you don't feel like going. That's when perspective matters. One of my longtime clients shared a simple strategy that stuck with me. When pressure feels overwhelming, he looks at a picture of his kids and reminds himself why he keeps going. That emotional reset matters. Your training isn't just about your body. It's about your energy, your longevity, your ability to lead well, your example. Sometimes that reminder is enough to get you through the door, and that's all it takes. Final thought, just keep showing up. You don't need perfection. You don't need motivation every day. You don't need to feel ready. Sometimes the win is simply not stopping. At this stage of life, fitness isn't about proving anything. It's about sustaining everything that matters. If you're getting back in the gym after a layoff, be patient, be strategic, and play the long game. That's how strong men stay strong, physically, mentally, and emotionally for decades. All right, that's going to do it for this episode of the Workouts for Older Men podcast. If you got value from today's message, I want you to remember this. What you're feeling when you're getting back in the gym after a layoff is normal, even after decades of training. And yes, at 63 years old, I still go through it too. The difference is knowing how to handle it the right way. If you want more structure, more certainty, and a smarter approach to training and eating that actually fits your life, head over to skiplacour.com. You'll find more resources there designed specifically for men who are a little bit older and serious about doing this right. And if you want some personal help, go to talkwithskip.com and fill out the questionnaire. Take your time with it. That allows me to see exactly where you are right now and determine how I can help you move forward. I want you to make it your goal that when a younger man sees you, he no longer fears getting older, and take on the day with a sense of urgency. We have to, when we're a little bit older, we've got more time behind us than we've got in front of us. Have an awesome day.